The following is a presentation of the ERL Ace Championship on Sparkplug Motorsports. Welcome to London for Race 4 in the Ace Championship, where Casper LeBeau starts on pole from teammate Ryan Burton and Exferno. Then it's Moises Lima, your boy Drago, and Star in 7th position. Lam Fong, winner in Queensland, he starts 8th from Tommy and Silly. Then it's Thomas Holtz, Jensen Olsen, and in 13th sees Carlos Maspedisa, a man who's driven this track way too many times. Ahmed Cilia and I Am Turbo are 14th and 15th. Then it's Million Brewers, Magic, Zanchi, Nora, the points leader, Gab Stapp, and Claire DeLune, and Matthew. Well, it's always great to be back in London in the ERL, and for the first time our Ace Championship field takes to the streets of London in the United Kingdom, and we are green for round 4 in the Ace Championship. Brilliant start there from Ryan Burton, looking for a way to try and get past his teammate, but of course Casper LeBeau still in the lead coming out of turn 3. Exferno, the Indian driver in the 22, looking for a way to get past Ryan in front of him in that Impel car, but look at the run that Moises Lima has alongside with both Goodharts and into the lead. I thought it was only Ryan Burton, but no, Moises Lima in the number 2 hyperdrive racing car. He leads from Casper LeBeau, who's not done yet. He knows it's not over yet. He wants to win at least one race this season like nothing else, and he's back into the lead. His teammate Ryan Burton, who we are looking right in front of the number 22 Team Impel car of Exferno. And Ryan didn't get the best exit going out of Chapel Curve. The top 2 have broken away from the rest of the pack. And we go on board with Moises Lima. No penalties for this race due to the insane amount of track limits that we've seen. Oh, we've got yellows. That's Jensen Olsen. The number 14 from Norway is in the wall, and he's got front wing damage. You can see that furniture row front wing off there, and I don't know if he's going to be able to get it back running again. Might be a broken steering column, and it is, and we have a caution on lap 2 of 13. Casper LeBeau, despite being under the full course cautions, he just punched in the fastest opening sector of anybody. Very interesting to see, but that gives us a little bit of time to just talk about what a start that this man, Moises Lima, has had. 4th on the grid to 2nd on lap 2. Very great to see as we are now back under the green flags here in the Ace Championship London race. Although didn't get the best restart there. Although if you're not Casper LeBeau, you really didn't. Look at Drago for Power Motorsport, getting alongside with Exferno. Impel versus Power, going through Maggots and Beckett's, and now coming through Chapel. All of these guys with the attack mode behind Ryan Burton, who has finally broken away from the rest of the pack. I think Exferno's going to hold on to P4 here. That is Silly there in the 23 High-Tech GP car. And Lam Fong now in front. What a lunge from your boy for Campos Mesa. Moves up into 7th, but still fights with Silly on exit and has to drop back down to 8th position. The top 3 separated by roughly 2 seconds apiece. Gab Stappen with the fastest 3rd sector of anybody. And Moises, he's doing what he can to close up to the back of the Good Heart in front of him and break away from the Good Heart behind. And this sandwich not really seeming as if there's any fight going on. 10 to go, and we're already beginning to see these soft tires as blister, and that is not good. Zanchi's the only one to start this race on the hards. And, you know, he's not showing great pace at all. And I think that just makes Moises Lima's start even more impressive, in my opinion. To do that, despite, you know, not having any pace. Nora, your points leader, by the way, outside of the top 15. With insufferable consistency in the first 3 races of this series. He almost has a gap to second of about a win. And with this series being as short as it is, you might not be able to come back from that. But you'll never know until this 10-race Ace Championship comes to an end. And look at that. That's Million Brules for Revolution Racing. We've got drivers coming into the pits. Ryan Burton, they've just set the fastest lap of this race in 3rd position. On board we go with Thomas Holtz in the 21 Impul car. I think that was Tommy, Starr, and Matthew who have come into the pits. I Am Turbo in the 20 there, defending from the Impul. And, you know, Burton's actually fallen off the back of Moises Lima. You saw them going through the Vale chicane. They were so close together, but now they're not even attached. On board with Magic of Spain, the first man to win a race in the Ace Championship. And fighting with Claire de Luna, who's just got the absolute wrong line going down the National Straight and does drop down to 17th position. Everyone's going to be wanting to take a look at the time being set by the guys in 19th down to 21st. They don't have the advantage that comes with being in the pack, but they also don't have the disadvantage from having tyres that are that worn. And I think race leader Casper Lebeau might be into the pits at the end of this lap, and does pit. In comes Casper Lebeau. Staying out though is Moises Lima. And Ryan Burton also stays out. Exferno stays out. Lamfong comes into the pits. Star with the fastest second sector. Here's that influx of drivers coming in, and Casper Lebeau goes onto the hard tyres. He's had race-winning form all season long. Strategy has been his one detriment. He comes out of the pits, leading all the drivers who have stopped so far in this race, 5 seconds in front of Star. That is Silly coming up behind his teammate Matthew. So now for Casper, for Lamfong, for Silly, for Ahmed Cilia, for Cosmas Pedicis, for I Am Turbo, for Claire de Lune, Gab Stappen, and Thomas Holtz. They are now all hoping that they can make it to the end of this race on their hard tyres. Zanchi actually making moves now, past his teammate and past the points leader in Nora. So that's proof that at this stage, old hard tyres faster than old mediums and softs. But, and there is a but here, fresh softs and mediums are always going to be quicker no matter what. So Casper is trying to make the most of that margin he's got now. I think that's Moises Lima into the pits, and also into the pits Ryan Burton. Exferno comes in, Drago comes in, and your boy is staying out there for Campos Meta. Really trying to extend with those mediums. Where is Moises Lima coming out of the pits? He's not going to be in front of Casper Lebeau. He will not be. Casper is now 3rd and 5 seconds off the race lead. Star in 4th position has just set the fastest lap of this race. 7 laps to go. We are effectively at half race distance. Attack mode online for Casper Lebeau. We'll get alongside with Zanchi. Side by side, and now in front, in 2nd position. He already leads the drivers who have yet to stop, but now he's going after your boy, who is definitely trying to extend and do the one-stop strategy. And he should be able to do that if he comes in and straps on either another set of mediums, which would be volatile come lap 13, or a set of hards, which should be fine to the end of the race, should be at about 30% come race's end. So, it is definitely just a game of chicken, honestly. When are you going to pit? Who pulls the trigger first? going down into the Vale chicane. And I think your boy, he's got to pit soon. And he does pit now. Race leader, your boy, comes in. So pole sitter Casper Lebow now leads this race. And Zanchi still stays out. Zanchi staying out for lap 7 of 13. So that effectively consigns him to the one-stop strategy if he doesn't want to lose out. And your boy's coming out on another set of mediums. Already said that they'd be volatile come race's end, but maybe Campos have figured something out that I haven't. Would be the first time. As you can see, Ryan Burton up into 4th position. Next up on the hit list for the number 6 Goodhart car, Moises Lima and Star, the 2 drivers in front of him. And, you know, Star as well for Junior Motorsports. Junior Motorsports have actually done an absolute brilliant strategy so far. At least that's what it would seem. But at the same time, he runs second. But with soft tyres that are ready for the dumpster, he's going to have to pit again in this race. And for everyone out there on the hard tyres not named Nora or Zanchi, they are hoping that Zanchi's tyres can make it to lap 8. Look at this from Ryan. Up into 3rd. Do they make the lunge? Not quite. And 3 wide coming out of club. And Moises Lima is the one who benefits with the inside line going into Abbey. Moves up into 2nd temporarily because look at the exit from Star. Moves up into 2nd position again. But Lima will be the one with attack mode, I believe. Matthew comes in for his 2nd stop. And crucially, Zanchi's tyres did not make it to the end of lap 8. Moises Lima moves up into 2nd. What can Ryan Burton do? They move up into P3. Good move for the number 6 to make it a 1-3 on the podium for Goodhart Racing. This is going to come down to a bit of a strategy race. In terms of the drivers in the top 10, I think Casper Lebow and Lam Fong can make it to the end. Silly might be able to, but for the others, they've got another stop that they've got to make in this race. I don't see them making it to the end. I mean, Tommy's already in the 25s. He's already hit 25%, which is borderline undrivable territory for the next few laps. As Lam Fong moves back up into 8th position. And that Star, I think, might be coming into the pits. We might see a lot of drivers come in. Lap 9 of 13. In comes Star, in comes Silly for their 2nd stops, and we've got yellows down in the 3rd sector. That is I Am Turbo. Oh, hit in the back by the points leader in Nora. Green flags back out. But I think the Turbo just forced into the wall. We see that happen a lot here in London, whether in Formula E or in the Ace Championship. I mean, we saw this a lot in practice as Nora now fighting with I Am Turbo. Definitely would be hoping to fight further up front for the man who leads the point standings heading into this race. But if it finishes as is, we're going to see a massive switcheroo in the point standings, surely. Look at this from Ahmed Silly in the 16. Finally outperforming his teammate. Your boy, though, really wanting to move up into the top 5 for Campos Meta. Moves up into 8th position. How much further can he go? Moises Lima, after 3 laps on the soft compound tyres, is at 42%. That means that he's only really got another lap left in them to go fast. Meanwhile, race leader Casper Lebow is at 51%. So, as his teammate and Moises Lima, they're both into the pits for their 2nd stop. A lot of teams deciding to make a late pit stop, and it's mediums going on at Goodhart Racing. I fully expected the softs. It's a slow stop to let Moises Lima go by. Honestly, I expected another set of softs going on. And crucially for Goodhart as well, Exferno coming up behind Ryan Burton. On board we go with I Am Turbo. That's Matthew and Star going side by side. Look at this from Zanchi as well. Moves alongside and back in front on the back of Star here. And the guys, he's behind these guys as well as look at the run that the Chip Ganassi man's got. He's still alongside with Moises Lima. but he's now up in 13th. What a run with attack mode. And Magic really trying to work as a bit of a cork stopper. But Moises Lima up into 11th position. Silly leads the drivers who have made their second stop for High Tech Grand Prix. And on the back of Thomas Holtz, this is going to be a race that is won on strategy. No one's got 4-lap old hard compound tyres. We're on to lap 11. Casper LeBeau stays out down the inside for Silly as we've got some dark clouds coming over London. In other words, it's another day in London. And Fong's in the pits. Million Brules in the pits for their second stops. Magic comes in as well. No one is sure how long these hard tyres can really do. 36%. So they're going to be single digits on lap 13 if they decide to make it to the end. Nora has 5-lap old hard tyres on that Madden Motorsport car. The freshest hards of anyone, and absolutely getting swarmed down the main straight. For the man who leads the points, he's outside of the points in this race. On board we go with the 6 of Ryan Burton. And just look at this, carving through the field with fresh tyres. This is amazing. I think they can make it to about P5, maybe P6 if they are still stuck behind Star, but it should be easy. Casper LeBeau has a 13-second lead out in front, and we've got a caution. Million Brules. What has happened to Million? I think, I'm not too sure on this, but I believe we're hearing right now from Revolution Racing powertrain failure. And that's unfortunate. He was running quite the race, but we are on to the penultimate lap of this race. Casper LeBeau still leads, and we are on to lap 12 of 13. 29% for the good hot 5. Should be able to make it to the end of the race, should everyone out there, but someone's off the track. That is Exferno. Exferno's hit the wall and has damage. Doesn't seem to be too significant. But this is the thing. Now we've got a lot of drivers on those hard tyres with low grip. And when you don't have grip, you're going to lose out big time. There goes Moises Lima, past your boy, who's trying to stay on the podium. Silly trying to get past the man in front of him. Technically fresher tyres. They're younger, but not exactly grippier anymore. Would have to use some attack charge to get past. But I don't think going through cops, that's where Silly's going to have to make the pass. It's not looking likely through there. Ahmed Cilia for Mana Motorsports still running in 5th and doing pretty well, all things concerned. And now for Moises Lima, much fresher tyres compared to Casper LeBeau. The Vale Chicane and Club Corner, they've taken away a lot of race wins in the past, but for Casper LeBeau, he's using lessons learned from his father right now to try and take victory for the first time in his career. We're on to the final lap in the Ace Championship race here in London. Casper LeBeau for Goodhart Racing leads from Moises Lima and your boy, who's really struggling with those medium compound tyres. Ahmed Cilia, the man behind him. Not even Ahmed Cilia, sorry, that's just Silly for High Tech GP. Then it's Ahmed Cilia. And now, going down the Wellington Straight using the tandem of attack mode and attack charge, Silly is on to the podium for High Tech Grand Prix. Moves up into 3rd position. Ryan Burton is up into 5th. The strategy might not have played out to keep him on the podium, but a P5, that's gonna have to be all that Ryan can take out of this race, and I think he's going to be quite happy with that either way, especially hearing how his teammate's doing. He's 3 seconds in front. That gap out in front is shrinking. Had there been another lap in this race, a lot of things would be different. Maybe Goodhart wouldn't have considered this strategy, but if they still did, they would have been cut by Moises Lima by the next lap. It's always ifs, but using lessons learned from his father, Casper LeBeau takes his first career victory in the ERL here in London. Casper LeBeau takes Great Britain. Moses Lima 3 seconds off the back to finish a really good P2. And look at this from Nora, trying to get at least 1 point to help him at his championship battle. Is he close enough to make the pass? He doesn't have any attack charge. It will be 11th in London for the points leader. No points. That's what we call a stress test. How well can your tyres do? Well, Kasper Lebo has proved how well his hards were able to do. He wins after a flawless race here in London. Moses Lima coming home in second from Silly. And for Moises, had there been another lap, or had he been on the mediums, he would have had a lot more grip in those final stages. Might have been able to close up and maybe even finish in front of Kasper Lebo. As for the rest of your finishers, your boy was fourth from Ryan Burton and Ahmed Cilia. Then it's Drago from Star in 8th. Then Matthew, Thomas Holtz, Nora being outside of the points for Mano Motorsport. Then it's Tommy, Zanchi, Lam Fong, Exferno, Gab Stappen, Claire DeLune, and Cosmos Fidesis from Magic and I Am Turbo, with Million Brulers with that powertrain failure, and Jensen Olsen with that steering column issue being the only non-finishers. Norris still leads in the point standings, but now Kasper Lebo right on the back of him. Then it's Silly, Moses Lima, Drago, and your boy from Magic and Lam Fong, the top 8. The top 10 is rounded out by Star and Ryan Burton, and outside of it, Jensen Olsen is 11th from Exferno and Ahmed Cilia. Then it's Claire DeLune, Thomas Holtz, Tommy, Matthew, Gab Stappen, and Cosmos Fidesis, with Zanchi, Million Brulers, and I Am Turbo being the only men yet to score points in the constructors' standings. Heading into the halfway point of the season, Good Heart Racing now leads by 1 point in front of Mano Motorsport. Then it's Furniture Row Racing tied with High Tech GP, and it's Hyperdrive BBX, Power Motorsport, Chip Ganassi Racing, Campos Meta, Junior Motorsports, Team Impul, and Revolution Racing. So we will see you guys next time then, when the Electric Racing League, the ERL, returns. Sparkplug Motorsports thanks you for watching this presentation of the Electric Racing League.